is this a must-win season for AJ Preller? Like, do the Padres have to go on a long run for AJ Preller to keep his job because of how much he gave up? Because who is the top pitching prospect in the farm system now? You don't have Lesko. You don't have Snelling. You don't have Major. You gave up Paulie. You gave up Iriarte. You gave up Thorpe. I didn't mention those guys earlier, right? Martorella, Marcy, all these prospects, right? You go back to the Soto deal and Gore you gave up, and you Hassel and Wood and Susanna, who's throwing like 103 now in the minors. So much talent that you've given up. Do you have to win this year? And my answer to that is you have to make the postseason. If you don't make the postseason, then it's kind of like, well, if you're Eric Contenda, don't you have to fire AJ if you don't make the postseason? I know he's under contract, but come on. If he makes the postseason, even if they don't do anything in the postseason, when a team makes the postseason, unless you're the Marlins, and Kim Eng didn't want to be there really because she wasn't given enough of what she wanted, enough control. She wasn't allowed to spend, is what it seemed like. That was different. But when a team makes the postseason, and when you have the talent evaluation skills the Padres scouting department has, led by AJ, usually you don't change GMs. And I know if they don't go on a run, it's going to be like, well, this is another year, a lot of talent on the team, and they didn't go on a long run. The one long postseason run that AJ has been on was 2022. That's it. One long run. That's it. And that will be 2 postseason appearances in 10 years. 10 full seasons, in what, 9 full years if you don't want to count 2020, right? Like, when is it enough? But if you want to go with a new GM, let's remember you're parting with the best talent evaluator in the game, arguably. Someone that, trades prospects, but someone that continues to build a team that attracts fans, sells out the ballpark, night in, night out, which we know Eric Grutner loves and the Padres love because it brings in money. An entertaining GM. I mean, he is the most entertaining GM in baseball. You're getting rid of that. And if they make the postseason, then that's 2 postseason appearances in the last 3 years. So you could sell that if you're AJ. You're getting rid of that. And how are you going to build up the farm system? You're not going to have as much success as AJ would. I guarantee you that. So it's like, I'm not saying if the Padres, they make the postseason and then they don't do anything, I'm not saying they would rebuild, trade away a bunch of pieces and rebuild. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, the new GM that you'd bring in, let's say AJ goes, the new GM's going to be hamstrung by the contracts already. And then he's going to have the farm system. He's not going to have a ton of talent to deal with there if you want to make trades. You probably want the guy that knows all these prospects, the scout from, the best scout out there. You probably want that and his scouting team to still be running the team. It's one of those where it's like, you've been so far out there, you've traveled so far out there, swam so far out there in the water, like there's no coming back, I was thinking about this driving during work today. I was trying to think of an analogy, whatever it's called. I know this is like Colin Cowherd, totally. But, you want to save up for a new car. Let's say you want to save up for a new car, right? Well, you need to keep your current car in shape though, right? Like, you need to get to work every day. And so what's a priority more? The car that you want to save up for in the future that you don't have the money for right now, or the car that you have right now that gets you to work and back and gets you through your life? You need to maintain that car and you need to pay for the oil change. And, if something's wrong with the car or your brakes, you need to get that taken care of instead of saving money for a car in the future, because you need to take care of now. You need to take care of today. And that's what AJ Preller and the Padres are doing, right? They needed improvements to their car, and so they're doing that. And they can save for a new car. They can worry about getting a new car down the road. They need to fix their car. They need to improve their car so that they don't have to make another payment. Well, you can't make another payment if we're going with this analogy here. You can't make a payment in another couple of months. This is it. So you had to spend money making your car, putting your car into the best condition possible because you can't do it anymore for the rest of the year. So hopefully you get what I'm saying there, but this is what they've done. And so if they miss the postseason, then yeah, I'm on the train of like, yeah, it's unacceptable here. What's happening? But if you want to rebuild the farm and you want to go with the sustainability and you want to get younger, who's the best guy for that? It's AJ Preller. It's not the next guy that you're bringing in, right? In terms of drafting that talent, it's that guy. But you're also in the primes of Xander and Crony and getting into the prime of Tatis. You're in the prime of Manny and Musgrove. Who knows how many more effective years Darvish has? You have Suarez under contract, Estrada young, Merrill Young not making anything. Like, you got to capitalize here with a longer than NLCS run is what we want, right? And so if you're AJ, or if you're, I should say, if you're the Padres, regardless of really what happens, like, there's a case to be made that AJ is the guy. Like, there's no coming back here for the next, AJ's contract really through 2026. There's no coming back here. While we would want change if we don't get the desired result of this year, again, the next guy coming in would just be hamstrung, wouldn't know the situation the Padres are in as good as AJ, wouldn't know the prospects in the farm system as good as AJ, wouldn't be as good at drafting as AJ, probably. They'd probably want to bring in a whole new scouting staff that probably wouldn't be as good all around as AJ's staff right now. Maybe I'm making the case too hard for AJ, but I'm just saying, like, right now, I don't see AJ Preller being gone at the end of the year. The more I talk about it, the more I think about this, it feels like AJ is going to be here. I don't think that this is a must-win year. Yeah, you got to make the postseason, but in terms of like, you got to go to the World Series, as much as I'd like that, I'm just saying for AJ to keep his job, I don't think they have to go to the World Series for AJ to keep his job. Maybe that's just me, but that's how I feel about it.